Hello boys and girls, today I'm going to show you how to draw this sweet little Thanksgiving scene. The first thing I'm going to do is draw the table for my first Thanksgiving. I'm going to go a little bit lower than the center, so if the center is here, I'm going to go just a little bit lower. And I'm going to draw a line that goes from one side of the page, not quite to the very edge, to the other side. Then I'm going to draw a diagonal line that goes towards the edge of the page, just flips out a little bit, because we want to give it the look of fabric tablecloth. And then I'm going to draw a wavy line at the bottom of the page. Really give it that fabric look. Next, I'm going to draw my characters. I'm going to draw 4. That's what I think I can fit. So I'm going to draw 2 on this side and 2 in the middle. Notice how I work in pencil to kind of plan out exactly what I'm doing and where I'm putting my faces. Let me do that again in Sharpie so that you can see. So I'm going to draw a little head here and a little head here. Try to make them around the same shape. And one here. And finally the last one here. Now after doing that, I'm going to draw the neck and the shoulders by just drawing a diagonal line, because we want to keep this very simple. From each of those little head shapes to my table. Now I'm going to draw some food on my table, because everyone knows that the first Thanksgiving there were different types of food. Now what I'm going to draw is for the containers, I'm going to draw these little tiny lines here to hold different types of food. I'm going to make them different sizes, make some of them bigger. We'll include small ones. Maybe I'll draw a pumpkin here. Drawing a circle shape. And then drawing some lines on it. There we go. And another one here. Now, some different types of food that we might have seen. You know what? I think I'm going to need something for them to drink as well. So I'm going to put a little tiny bottle here. Some different types of food would be corn, different types of meat, and vegetables. But we also want to think of our traditional Thanksgivings, and many times when we celebrate Thanksgiving at my house, we have a turkey. So to create a turkey, what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw in my biggest plate here a curved line and a little leg of my turkey. Now, leg looks like a curved line here, and we'll attach a little bone to it, just like that. And this goes. That looks a little bit like a turkey. I'll also include some corn. So when I draw corn, I'm going to draw a shape like that. We're going to include the leaves. And maybe just some individual corn kernels. And I'll draw another corn in here. Okay, maybe I'll put some different types of, maybe some apples, the leaf, maybe a squash. It looks kind of like a little miniature pumpkin. Again, a little bit of green, a little bit of leaf, and I'll throw in a few more apples. Oh, and of course we need a pie. So I'm going Okay, let's give our little Native Americans and pilgrims some character here. And I'm going to draw 2 Wampanoag Indians. And I'm going to draw a headband. And we'll do this triangle shape in the headband. And we'll add some hair. This one, my pilgrim. We'll do a girl pilgrim. Again, draw a line across. And draw a little bit of a hat. And then we'll draw some hair coming down. She needs 2 little ears. Actually, Wampanoag needs 2 ears too. Okay, and then we'll draw another little Wampanoag character. This one will make a girl, and we can do that by making some braids in her hair. So we'll have this come over. Braids are just going to be straight down, and then I do a little bit of a scalloped line. You can draw some X's on there. Okay, she needs some little ears. And of course, we need a boy pilgrim. So we'll draw a line across there. We'll draw the brim of his hat. Just like that. Then we'll draw the buckle in the middle. And the top of our hat will be 2 diagonal lines and a line across. Okay. Now we can add details like a collar on our pilgrim. The other pilgrim. She's over there. And we need eyes, a nose, and a mouth. So when I'm doing the eyes, you can do the eyes any way that you want. I'm just going to draw 2 ovals. And then I'll draw the black part of the eye, the pupil, and leave a little white space. Oh, I forgot his hair. He needs some hair coming down, and he needs some little ears too. 1, 2. Now, I usually just draw a little line for a nose. Kind of looks like a mouth. And then I draw a little line for the mouth. Okay, and then you have basically completed your little Thanksgiving scene. In this one, added a whole backdrop. So I drew a line for the hills in the background. This is the horizon line where the sky meets the ground. And then I draw some triangle trees. Notice how I overlap my trees. And then on the edge of the trees, I add a zigzag. Also added some deer. my little tiny Sharpie for that one. Some deer in the background by just drawing some little legs. Then what I do is I draw the body and the neck and a little tiny triangle head and an ear and a tail. Adding those little details makes it convincing. You can actually also add antlers if you want. I also added in the background some branches that looked like winter branches by drawing some diagonal lines on each side. Let me do that with a thicker marker so you can see it better. And then from that diagonal line, I add some branches come off like this. Now I figured I would make my branches bare because the leaves are falling to the ground. Draw lines off of those branches like this. They can go right in front of the trees if you want. And then I usually make the main branch a little bit thicker. Now some other little details that I included in my first draft were some feathers, because Native Americans many times used feathers to decorate their clothing and their head dresses. So you can add as many feathers as you want. And we'll put one in hers. And some legs on our table, so it looks like it's standing on something. It's a little bit thick. And then I take my eraser and I erase my pencil lines. And I include my artist's signature at the bottom of the page. And it's complete. Now all we need to do is add some color. My work is complete. So boys and girls, I wanted to show you the difference between when I use crayon and greens in the background to my first example where I used different shades of brown in the background, and I used a much thinner Sharpie for the lines to get more detail. So like I said, you can do a regular Sharpie to have thicker lines. You could do a fine Sharpie. You could do no Sharpie. You can use crayons. I used a little bit of marker. You can use colored pencils. Whatever you do, remember that you are the artist, and have a wonderful day.